Hello everyone, welcome to Infra Experts. In this tutorial, you will learn ways to import pre-existing RDS resources before you continue to develop the infrastructure as a code in the Terraform. Here we will provide you with an infrastructure as a code import scenario which is often faced by teams starting to adopt Terraform for their operations. So, so you would be thinking, why import? Why we are going for Terraform import? Because we are creating the resources with Terraform. What's the reason for that? There are multiple reasons for that. Some of them I will be explaining in here, but there can be many more. Terraform is a relatively new technology, and adopting it to manage an organization's cloud resources might take some time and effort. Like the lack of human resources and the steep learning curve involved in using the Terraform effectively causes teams to start using cloud infrastructure directly via their respective web consoles. Like if you are unknown to Terraform, what you would do in respect perspective with AWS, you would go ahead, you would log into your AWS management console and launch your EC2 instance or create your RDS instance like that. Which with Terraform, just from Terraform CLI command, Terraform apply, and it launches it. But if you are unknown to Terraform, you would go to AWS web console, management console, and do it. Next, in a worst scenario, if somehow you lose your Terraform TF state file, then also you need to import it again. So to overcome these, you need the import functionality to rebuild it. And getting the pre-existing cloud resources under the Terraform management is facilitated using this Terraform import command. This import is a Terraform CLI command which is used to read real-world infrastructure and update the state so that the future updates to the same set of infrastructure can be applied via this infrastructure as a code. So in here, let us go ahead with our AWS Management Console first. You can see here, I already have a database created, the identifier named as this. In the configuration, you can see the DB name as infra. Engine version is this, storage is this, like that. So let me just start the database first. So currently this is starting. As you can see in here, it is starting. Now, since this RDS instance is already created, let us go ahead with our Visual Studio Code. And in here, this is my Terraform import directory. In here, I do not have any changes to be made in here in the generic variables. Also, the versions, this one will also be the same what we used in our previous examples. The changes would be there in our main.tf, where the resource name I am giving database1 for AWS DB instance. The engine is MySQL. The engine version is 8.0.21. Instance class, username, the parameter group name, and skip final snapshot is true. So these I am providing in here. So let us check whether the database is still trying to come up. In the meanwhile, let me go to command prompt and go to the respective working directory. So here I am, and from here let me run Terraform init to initialize the backend. So our Terraform init ran successfully. Now next thing is, we already have this. What we need to do, we need to run the Terraform import command. So the command would be Terraform import, and then it should be AWS DB instance dot this one along with the DB instance name, identifier name, which is this. So this command maps the AWS DB instance dot database 1 configuration to the RDS instance using this ID. Okay. By mapping, I mean that the state file now knows the existence of the RDS instance with the given ID. The state file also contains information about each attribute of this RDS instance, as it has fetched the same using the import command. So let me just run it. So this will take some time to run. See, you can see here it has completed also. So import prepared, prepared for import, refreshing state, import successful. So now you can see here that the TF state file is also generated over here. This one was generated while the Terraform init command ran, and this one after that import command ran. Okay. But do you think if you go through here, you can see the details and all, everything is there, like the allocated storage and all, everything, backup window, everything is there. The 8.0.23, here you can see I have given 8.0.21, but it took 8.0.23, which we already saw over here. So right now our configuration does not reflect all the attributes. See, this one is different. And now if you go ahead and proceed with a Terraform apply, this configuration will fail because we have not adjusted the attributes as per our TF state file. So we need to close the gaps, or else what would it happen? It will just replace the current existing infrastructure with our new version, and that is not our plan. So you can see in here, if I run Terraform plan, here you can see that it is changing one. So what it is changing, if you go with this, you can see that with this one, that copy tag to snapshot, currently it is true, but with our configuration it will be false. So in here, this one we need to make it as true. Copy tags to snapshot. So let me keep it here as true. Okay. The next thing is engine version. So engine version, as I said, currently it is 8.0.23, but in our main.tf it is 8.0.21. So this one also needs to be changed. Okay. Next is the max allocated storage. It will be just destroying it. That's why minus, because in here the max allocated storage is given 1000 GB, but in here in our Visual Studio Code it is not mentioned at all. That's why it will be coming as null. So let me just mention it in here. Next is publicly accessible. It is true. I gave it as true, but here in our main.tf it's coming as false because we are not mentioning it in there. Now I have kept these details in here. So let me just go ahead and run the Terraform plan again, and let's see what's the output right now. Now you can see no changes. So all the changes have been mitigated over here. So right now our configuration is similar to what it is already there in here. Now if you want, you can change your you can modify this, like you can give in here allocated storage as 30 if you want to extend it, and you can see that the same will be reflected over here right now. My bad, this should be. So you will be seeing here that the plan will be changing, and just one change it will be applying, which is this. Okay. So but I won't be proceeding with this one. Let me just hash it out and just run the Terraform plan again. So once the Terraform plan is run and no changes are there, I will not log in from here, but from the Terraform CLI console means from here I will just proceed with the destruction of my resource. So let me see whether this is getting destroyed or not. So Terraform destroy, and I'm giving this as auto approve. So it will be destroying the resource on its own. So it is just right now it is refreshing the state, and you can see 0 to add, 0 to change, and 1 to destroy. So right now you can see that this one is destroying. See, so you can, from here you can confirm that this resource was built using AWS Management Console, but right now it is being destroyed using Terraform CLI command. So this concludes our today's session on Terraform import. I hope you have gained some knowledge from it. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.